Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. It's a biblical commentary of Matthew, the 13th chapter. Okay, which I'm going to read and break it down as we go along. It says Matthew 13:1, the same day that when Yahweh shy out the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. That's why it says he had the voice of many waters, because basically his meaning, if you was to walk past a waterfall, it'll be the accumulation, the abundance of water falling from off the edges of waterfall will sound like very loud, basically. So that's basically how the Lord's voice was. It was a voice as if many waters, that told you in the book of Revelations, the first chapter. And that's why he was able to stand, everyone was able to stand on the seashore, and he was able to stand on the ship, or sit on the ship and speak to them and prophesy unto them. Verse 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he had sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprang up, because they had no deepness of earth. No deepness of earth. Verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, because they had no root. They withered away. And some fell among thorns, and thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit. Some 100-fold, some 70, 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. Now this is the Lord speaking unto the people in parables. Okay, as it was prophesied that he would. Okay. I'm going to read on verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them is not given. So even the Lord was sent forth on this earth to prophesy the word, and the great multitudes accumulated and were there to hear his words. They really weren't. The Lord weren't sent unto them for them to receive the word. They were going to hear, but they weren't going to understand. Okay? For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see and see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Okay? Because it weren't given unto them to understand. It was only given unto the elect for them to understand. Alright? That's what our Lord was speaking on them in parables. But those the elect that was given, they were given to learn that more abundantly upon the things that they've learned. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Now it's the Lord quoting. All throughout the gospel, the Lord is doing one consistent thing, which is quoting or precepting the Holy Scriptures, man. Being the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter. Okay, and he's basically saying, look, the prophecy has been fulfilled. Because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy. For this people heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes, and it's luckier. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their ears they have closed. These at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But bless your eyes, for they see, and your ears for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye do hear and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. Okay? Because basically the Lord has blessed us in opening our eyes and receive this understanding and to interpret the word of the Bible, man. Because you could have someone out there, they could read one scripture within a word and they ain't get no understanding, but they get bugged out of their damn mind, man. Because it's a powerful book. And I've been told that on many occasions, man. That's something that's been heard, been spoken on many occasions. And I know that it's because numerous different Jakes I've encountered and spoken to, they know that's a common story. Okay? Alright, so hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, being Satan. Satan, going back to the Lashwan Kadash Shaitan, meaning adversary. Adversary to what? The truth. Because Satan is all about deception and lies. And that's why Esau today, who's known as Esau Edom, who's known today as so-called white man, is present, being the wicked one in the spiritual demon Satan in a physical counterpart. Alright? Cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart being his mind. This is he which received the seed by the wayside. So this is someone that hears a word but is taken away by Satan. It's basically, he, was accounted for as the one that received the seed that was received on the wayside. He that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word and anon with joy receiveth it. So he's joyful to hear the word, yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. But when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended, because he doesn't have no root. He also that received the seed among the thorns, and that's evident, verse 21, like you have brothers out there, former brothers out there, they formulate their own doctrine through misinterpretation of the scriptures, and that's what basically is a liken to that offense that becomes within them, that they basically say, nah man, I can't deal with this because I see it this way. So that's why they had no root, so they grew offended. He also received the seed among the thorns. Is he that hath the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. All right. So the world basically becomes, more of a thing to that person, that brother, and they decide, you know what, I'm gonna go make it out here in the world. But he that received the seed into the ground, good ground, is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also bear fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. So according to your talent that was bestowed upon you, to your strength, basically, if you're sounded the good ground, you hear the word and you get the understanding, and you're able to bear fruit to 100, from 30 to 60 to 100-fold. Okay. Verse 24, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man that sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. And this is likened unto the Yahweh Shai, man. So in the good seed being the children of Israel, that's why Esau had a thing known as eugenics, which basically means eugenics is Greek for you meaning good, and genics for seed meaning good seed, which good seed is who? Israel. Okay, because they're likened unto the Lord's chosen. All right. So, and then when it says the enemy came, it's talking about Esau. Okay, he sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field, and whence have it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this, The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles and burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Okay, which just goes on to be broken down later on. But it's talking about Israel and the wicked seed of Edom. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. And that's how this kingdom started. It started with a man by the name of Abba Bivens, elder high priest, Abba Bivens, which basically he was given a word. He moved from down south up into the north and was a forerunner for one west. King Marshall, High Priest Ariel, High Priest Yaquab, and then the generations that followed with the apostles of Great Millstone. So that's how it happened, and now we have it as we have it right now, which ain't to its fulfillment, because really the fulfillment's going to be the day when the elect is gathered up into the chariots, and it's going to be 144,000 along with 1/3, and it's going to be a great number aside from one man trickling down onto three, then onto the apostles, then onto the elders, and onto the various elders and brothers within the camps around the world, and then so on and so forth. That's how the kingdom is, as small as a grain as a mustard seed, but turn into a great abundant thing. All right, which indeed is another parable spake he unto them, The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid 3 measures of meal till the whole was leavened. All these things spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables, and without parables spake he not unto them. Right, because he spoke of it before. It was a prophecy that he speak unto them in parables, but break it down plainly unto the elect, being his disciples at the time, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will ask things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and the disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares in the field. So you can see it was on their mind. They probably went back and forth reasoning on where it was, but they couldn't get to no sense of it. So they said, look, man, obviously it was within their mind that, it's weighing heavy on their spirit, that they decided, we're going to have to ask him about this parable to gain proper true understanding. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, the good seed is the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the devil, being Esau, Edom, which today proclaims itself as so-called white man, because white is associated with purity, to escape from him being caught red-handed, to being Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures, the red one. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. So the enemy, he sowed his seed. When did he do that? In the time of slavery, by sleeping with Jake women, the northern kingdom. And basically had babies that come forth looking as Jake. Like you got, for example, George Zimmerman, his mom's Mexican, his dad is Amalekite, so-called Jew. And basically he looks like a Mexican, but guess what? He's actually an Edomite, an Amalekite of the chief house of Satan. So that's an example of the enemy coming and sowing his seed. So there's an abundance of that we're not going to be able to identify. The only way we can identify them is spiritually, by by speaking a word upon them and seeing how it resonates with them. Aside from that, we can't decipher. We can't say, yeah, you're going to be in the kingdom, you're not. Less by the judgment of the spirit, but more so how that's going to be outright done is by the Lord sending these angels to gather the elect, basically. So verse 39, the enemy that sold them is the devil, the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in fire, so shall it be at the end of the world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and he shall gather out of his kingdom all things that that offend, and them which do iniquity, being Esau, okay, and even 2/3 of the nation of Israel. The elect are the only ones that are going to be delivered by the Lord, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the son of as the son in the kingdom of their father. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, so the righteous is going to be declared. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in a field, that which when a man hath found it, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he have, and buyeth that field. So basically, that's what this word. When you come onto it, you basically you're you're putting up everything that you have value in, just to find value in this one thing that's likened unto the grain of a mustard seed that will grow into a great abundant thing. And it's this great field that has this one treasure, but that one treasure makes that field precious, whereby you're prepared to let everything go just to purchase it. Verse 45, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchantman seeking goodly pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. And that's the same thing. We found that one pearl. Okay, verse 47. And again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to the shore and sat down and gathered the good into the vessels, but cast the bad away. And that's what's going to happen. That's why the Lord says in Jeremiah 16 and 16, I'll send for many fishers and they shall fish them, and then shall I send for many hunters and they shall hunt them. We're in the fishing period right now. Remember what he said unto the disciples, okay? At the time, Peter, Andrew, James and John. James and John and James. He said unto them, they were fishing by the shore, and said, look, put down your net and I'll make you fishers of men. So basically, they'll make fishers of men. The bait being the word, okay? And if you bite the bait, then that means Lord, you're called, but then you have to work on to making yourself chosen. All right. So that's why he said like they caught, and that's why being called don't mean you're chosen, because there's gonna be good and bad that's gonna come into the word, and the bad are gonna be cast away and only the good are gonna be gathered to vessels. And when they're gonna be gathered into the vessels being the chariots, man. When the end comes down, the destruction is played out on the earth. Okay? So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire, being the second death, Salakia, being when America is turned into the lake of fire, spoken of in the book of Revelations, along with Yahweh Shai and the angel coming back, the ICBMs falling from all countries around the world that have them in their possession. And then also when the Lord comes back with the thousands of angels of heaven, he's gonna let the concentrated fire beams let them go upon the heathen, man. Alright. Verse 51, Yahweh Shai saith unto him, have ye understood all these things? They say unto him, yea, Lord. Verse 32, then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. And that shows you that we're meant to use the New and the Old Testament to basically edify the church, alright? Because what is new? The new being the new covenant and the old being the old covenant. Okay, all are good unto edification. Alright, and they're all treasures. Okay, each one complements each other. Okay, verse 53, and it came to pass that when Yahweh Shai had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished and said, whence have this man the wisdom and these mighty works? Alright, they didn't. They said, "Yo, it's crazy. How did he get this understanding? It's not this the carpenter's son. It's not his mother called Mary. All right, is this not Joseph's son, the carpenter? Is not his mother Mary, called Mary, and his brethren James and Jonas and Simon and Judas, and his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then have this man all these things? Because they knew him. They were aware of all his their name and his family, know his sisters, they know everyone in his house, and they were astounded in it. Because why? He didn't learn at the letters. Usually, if you were to be educated at this level, you would have been homeschooled, and you would have been, I mean, not necessarily homeschooled, but you would have gone to the houses of the schools of writing, the colleges of writing, where you'd sit down and they'd give you a formal education in the scriptures. Okay, and you would have been under the tutelage of different people, like for example how Paul was under the tutelage of Gamaliel. All right, but the Lord had the spirit. He had it 100%. The Lord bestowed, the Most High Yahweh bestowed all the understanding through the Rakah Kadash, the Holy Spirit, onto Yahweh Shai. All right, and they were offended in him, but Yahweh Shai said unto them, a prophet is not without honor save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. Why? Because it requires faith for the workings of the miracles of Yahweh Shai. Alright, faith is a key ingredient. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.